All right, questions for Jessica Slagle?
Well, what was it tonight? Was it, the coming off the Toledo game? I mean, it just felt like you guys never really were in control as much as you guys usually are in control of these games. What was going on?
I wish I had an answer for you. I really do. I do think it's, a little bit of Toledo, but, that's not an excuse for a team like us. And we expected a little more of ourselves today. It took us a little while to get going, as you could tell. But, I'm taking the W. I'm thankful for the win today.
Buffalo surprise you in any way? Did they do anything different?
You know what? We talked before the game, and Coach said, and you probably heard him say, Buffalo, one of the most dangerous teams in this conference, I believe. Henderson, amazing player. We were lucky, I think, a little bit tonight that she wasn't hitting a lot, but they're dangerous. And at this point, especially the second swing through the East, can't underestimate anybody. And I think we got a little taste of that tonight. So.
Talk about the job you did defensively on Henderson. I mean, she wasn't hitting, but she had to work for everything she tried.
Yeah, I wish I could take all the credit for that. I wish, but Jasmine Matthews did one heck of a job tonight. And we don't get to talk a lot about defense. We always bring people in here who, score the most points. But if I could have Jazz sitting right beside me, I would. Toledo game, Courtney Ingersoll didn't score until the last 30 seconds of the game. And tonight she did a fantastic job on Henderson when she was in there. Always does. So honestly, I tried to follow her lead when I was out there, just taking away tendencies and just playing best I could, really.
Jessica, was there a specific game plan for Henderson specifically, or?
Not necessarily. When that good of a player is out there, you always pay more attention to her than, most people. So, if it's something like if someone else is driving and you're staying on Henderson, it's a simple, logical game plan, really.
By my count, I think 5 different players might have defended her. You mentioned Jazz, and she had most of them. And you and Logan, I think, Chrissy.
Yeah.
Was that by design, or is it just the flow of the substitution?
No, I think it was the flow of the substitutions, really.
Because Coach used every available scholarship player in the first half.
Yeah, he did.
Was he not happy?
I'm going to say no to that. I just don't think that he was happy with our play, and neither were we. I think he was frustrated. We were frustrated, and you know what? At the end of the day, he knows what he's doing. I think he was trying to get a spark from the bench or try to get some sort of flow going. And so, yeah, there was a lot of different people on Henderson and a lot of different people on their post, too. So,
Jessica, was there a particular point to his anger or his disappointment? I'm assuming it's the turnovers were the big problem.
Yeah, it's definitely turnovers and, just hitting shots, just executing our plays, really. And we weren't doing that to the best of our ability today, and I think that was very, very evident. I think they caught us a little on our heels with their matchup zone. It's very effective. The last game, I think they held their opponent to 37 points, I believe. So it's obviously very, very effective. I think we had a little trouble with that, but once we figured it out, started hitting the gaps a little bit better, I think is when we started executing better.
Jess, you guys all year are probably about a 40% shooting team from the field. Have you just kind of decided as players you're going to have to do it with defense and that kind of thing?
Well, yeah, absolutely. He's always talking about making tough shots, and they're not always going to be easy. And it's funny because we go off that, we say make tough shots, and then work for those easy ones too. Because it's such a relief to get in a passing lane, get an open layup, every once in a while. But he always stresses that we need to make tough shots to win games.
This is a rhetorical question, not so much based on you guys, but why does a team that wins so many games in a row and loses one game, why does that one game seem to really get them so much and affect them?
I can't speak for everyone, but I think the last one, speaking as a senior, and having so much hype for the BG and Toledo game. It's not just a game for us, you know, it's a physical and a mental battle, and to go in there and know we played hard but didn't play, I think, to the best of our ability in that building, and to lose, it's not just a loss. And I think, you know, we took a hit to the heart on that a little bit. And so I think that attributed to a little bit, you know, we tripped and we're having a little trouble getting back up, but having a win under our belts, I think I speak for everyone, it feels good, and I think we're back on the up and up, so.
Is this getting able to check something off your list too, when you guys clinch it by in the quarterfinals of the tournament? Is that one thing that's on the list?
Yeah, absolutely. And we came in, and the day after Toledo, came in and talked about, you know, we're not looking at grabbing that #1 seed right now. It's game by game, and this, you're right, this is our first goal that we can check off the list, and it's such a day-by-day basis that we need to take it by. So we're not so much looking at big picture right now, we're keeping it on, you know, each game, and looking at it that way.
Speaking of each game, now you got to go on the road for what, Akron and Ohio, back-to-back games. How do you turn these things that coaches upset about to, you know, improving them heading out here on the road?
Well, I guarantee we're going to work on it tomorrow, and we always do. Coaches are so good at that, going back, watching the game, and actually I guarantee Coach Miller probably doesn't have to look at the game. He already knows, but he's going to bring it to us tomorrow, and I think we still have a lot to prove to ourselves, especially going into the road right now. Akron is a tough place to play, a team that's playing great basketball right now, and I think that's been very evident in the past few games that they've played. The top contenders in the league have had a lot of trouble with them. They're always scout heavy. They've got a great coach in Jody Kest, so we're in for a battle.
Offensively in the second half, Jessica, it looked like getting to the line, being aggressive, driving was a part of the plan offensively. How much was that stressed at halftime?
It was stressed a lot, and we went in, I think they had gone to the free throw line 10 times and we had gone 4. And that's such a big part of our game, is staying aggressive and getting a piece of the paint is what he calls. And like I said, in that zone, I think we were having a little trouble recognizing where gaps were. And I don't think guards were penetrating like we normally do and like we should have. So that was definitely a game plan coming out of halftime. And it helped a little bit when they switched into man. We were getting, you know, back to kind of our bread and butter with our high ball screens and a couple wing ball screens. So yeah, attacking is a huge part of our win.
Jessica, you're in kind of a role maybe you didn't anticipate at the beginning of the year as the starting point guard, start to finish. And how has that, combined with being the senior on the team, just, you know, given you extra responsibility? How do you handle that?
Really, it was a day-by-day process. And you're right, I fell into that role. It's funny because when the day in practice when we switched, they switched me to point guard. And I looked at them like, what are you doing? And they were like, don't worry, it's just temporary, it's just temporary. Like, we're just trying to move some things around. Well, lo and behold, 15 games later, I'm still here. So it's forced me to take on a leadership role that I might not have fallen into otherwise. And I've tried to embrace it best I can, because normally point guard is a natural leadership position. And you know, I enjoy that. I enjoy being a floor leader and directing and using my experience to the best of my ability. So I can't say that I haven't enjoyed it. I like that role.
Anything else for Jess? Thank you, man.
Thanks, guys.